The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Kale of the Vraxian Empire limped to the witness stand, his once pristine uniform now tattered and stained. 3 of his 4 arms were wrapped in medical gel, and his translator collar flickered with damaged circuits. "State your testimony," commanded High Arbiter Theron, her crystalline form refracting the chamber's light into dancing patterns across the assembled representatives of 47 species. Kale's voice trembled. 17 standard cycles ago, our fleet detected a primitive civilization on the 3rd planet of the Sol system. Initial scans showed they had barely achieved fusion power and hadn't even colonized their own moon permanently. According to Protocol 7, we initiated a standard subjugation. A murmur rippled through the council. Standard subjugations were routine, overwhelming force, minimal casualties, quick surrender. The Vraxian Empire had perfected this across 200 worlds. "How many ships did you deploy?" asked Counselor Zeph, his tentacles coiling with interest. 3,000 warships. Our standard pacification fleet. Kale's eyes darkened. "We expected capitulation within hours." And Theron leaned forward. "They laughed at us." Kale's voice cracked. The humans, they actually laughed. Their first response wasn't surrender or negotiation. It was a message that simply said, "Really? Is that all you got?" The council chamber erupted in confused chatter. No species had ever responded to overwhelming force with mockery. Kale continued, his words coming faster now, as if purging a nightmare. "We destroyed their military satellites as a show of force. Within 6 hours, they had launched replacements, not from government facilities but from private companies. Private citizens own the means to reach space." "That's unusual," admitted Counselor Vex, though his tone suggested mild interest rather than alarm. "It gets worse," Kale said. "We deployed atmospheric fighters to strike their command centers. Their pilots," he paused, mandibles clicking in distress, "their pilots rammed our ships when they ran out of missiles. Deliberately. They called it martyrdom and considered it honorable." The chamber grew quieter. "We landed ground forces in 12 major population centers. The humans didn't retreat to defendable positions. They fought us in their streets, their homes, their schools. A human child, couldn't have been more than 10 cycles old, destroyed one of our tanks with a homemade explosive device. When we captured her, she smiled and said, 'Worth it.'" Theron's crystalline form flickered. "Surely their government sued for peace when casualties mounted?" Kale laughed, a bitter, broken sound. "Their governments tried. The humans ignored them. They formed something called resistance cells. Millions of them. They had a saying, 'You can't conquer an idea.' We control their cities, but we never controlled Earth." "What was your casualty rate?" asked Zeph quietly. 43% in the first month. 71% by month 3. Kale's voice dropped to a whisper. "But that's not why we retreated." Every eye in the council fixed on him. "We retreated because of what happened when we destroyed one of their cities, as an example. New York, they called it. 8 million dead in an instant." Kale's hand shook. "We expected terror. We expected submission. Instead, every human on the planet united. Their message was broadcast on every frequency. 'You just taught us that mercy is weakness. Congratulations. Now you face humanity unchained.' Within a week, they had reverse-engineered our plasma weapons. Within 2 weeks, they were manufacturing them in underground factories we couldn't find. By week 3, they had modified our own technology and made it better. Lighter, more efficient, deadlier." Kale met Theron's gaze. "They didn't just fight back. They innovated during combat. They learned, adapted, and overcame in real time. One of their generals told me, 'We've been fighting each other for 10,000 years. You're just another Tuesday.'" The silence in the chamber was absolute. "The final battle, they didn't just defeat us. They captured our command ship, boarded it with soldiers who sang war songs from their ancient history. When Fleet Admiral Torx asked their leader why they fought so hard for a primitive mudball, the human said something I'll never forget. 'What did they say?' Theron asked. 'Because it's our mudball, and we'd rather burn the galaxy down than let you take it.'" Kale's voice steadied with grim certainty. High Arbiter, I recommend we classify Earth as a forbidden zone. These humans, they don't just survive. They thrive in chaos. They don't fear death. They weaponize it. Thayer nodded slowly. This council hereby declares the Sol system off limits. All member species are forbidden from contact. As the council dispersed, Counselor Zeph approached Kale. One question, Ambassador. If they're so dangerous, why didn't they pursue your fleet and retaliate? Kale's expression turned haunted. They did something worse. They let us leave so we could warn the rest of you. The last thing their leader told me was, tell the galaxy Earth isn't conquered. And if anyone else wants to try, we'll be waiting. And next time, we're bringing the fight to you. The Vraxian ambassador departed, leaving the council to contemplate a terrifying truth. Humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology or their numbers. It was their absolute refusal to accept defeat.